no matter what people perceive of me, I always shine through at the end of the day.
Mhm.
So I've had a lot of people try to tear me down,
Sure.
but I'm here. And I have always been myself, and I've always wanted that. And I've been graceful, and I've tried to handle myself with as much class. And it's only because I know how hard I work, and I'm not going to let any of that get to me.
People think that like I'm just some machine or some like product that they put together, and it's like this movie really shows that like I've been playing music ever since I can remember. I'm here to take all the constructive criticism I can and become not only a great artist, but like at the end of the day, a good person and someone who, you know, learns from my mistakes and learns from different things. You know, everyone's gonna make mistakes. I'm 16, everyone makes bad choices.
If I were a wild animal, what kind of animal would I be?
Monkey or koala bear.
It's honestly the two I was thinking. I swear to God. What would you say my most underrated song is?
You had it all.
You don't even know my song.
Nobody to call.
I don't know what song.
Everybody knows
Sorry, babe.
my past now.
I get no answer?
No.
Yeah, don't worry.
Also, I don't think I care about anything.
Honestly, someone that can make me laugh, and nobody with an ego. Zayn, because he's cute. Why do the other girls get to be in wardrobe and I'm the one that looks like this?
She's so much cool. And yeah.
It must be nice that
It's
you
cool.
can be open about your relationship. But you're literally like, you're like me with the little baby Perry. You're kissing on her all the time. That's so sweet that you're just crazy in love, aren't you?
She has very kissable cheeks.
Yeah. The last time Justin was here, he said about you have the most kissable cheeks. And so I would like you to now compliment him. What is his favorite feature that you love about Justin?
His eyes.
He has good eyes.
I knew you tried to change the ending, Peter losing Wendy.
Selena Gomez is going through one of the harshest waves of criticism she's faced in her entire career, and this time, it has nothing to do with her music. What started as excitement around a new video turned into a full-blown online pile-on almost overnight. And the speed at which it happened is honestly unsettling. One video, a few screenshots, and suddenly, millions of people felt comfortable tearing apart her appearance like it was public property. But the deeper you look into this situation, the more uncomfortable it becomes. Because this story isn't just about Selena. It's about how quickly the internet forgets there's a real person on the other side of the screen. It all began when Selena released her music video for In the Dark. Within hours, clips started circulating online. Not highlights, not full scenes, but isolated frames frozen at the most unflattering moments possible. Before most people even watched the full video, comment sections were already spiraling. Instead of talking about the song or the visuals, the conversation shifted almost immediately to her face. Others asked what she had done to herself. Articles followed, feeding the narrative, questioning whether fans could even tell it was Selena anymore, and once that door opened, things got ugly fast. On X, the comments became ruthless, not critiques, attacks. People mocking her looks, calling her appearance shocking, even comparing her to fictional characters. Instagram comment sections filled up so quickly with cruelty that moderation teams had to step in and remove posts entirely. But by then, the damage was already done. This wasn't casual gossip, it was mass dehumanization, fueled by viral screenshots that stripped context and replaced reality with ridicule. And what made it worse was how normalized it felt, as if this level of cruelty had somehow become entertainment. Then the rumors started. People zeroed in on one specific cosmetic procedure, buccal fat removal. It's a trend that's been quietly sweeping Hollywood, removing fat from the cheeks to create a sharper, more sculpted face. When it works, it creates that high fashion look. When it doesn't, it can make faces appear sunken, uneven, or prematurely aged. But here's the problem. This speculation completely ignored something Selena has been open about for years. She has lupus. Lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease that affects the body in unpredictable ways. Facial swelling, weight fluctuations, inflammation. all of it can change how someone looks from month to month, even day to day. On top of that, the medications used to manage lupus often come with visible side effects. So while the internet argued endlessly about surgery versus fillers, the actual reality was far less sensational and far more human. A woman managing a lifelong illness while living under a microscope. And yet, empathy was nowhere to be found. Viral clips kept circulating, screenshots kept spreading, and the conversations stayed cruel. Until something unexpected happened. Grime stepped in. It caught everyone off guard. She isn't part of Selena's inner circle. They aren't known friends. And yet, she chose to speak up anyway. On X, of all places, the same platform where much of the hate was thriving. Grimes said she usually avoids celebrity drama altogether, but this time, she couldn't stay silent. She pointed out that those viral screenshots didn't reflect reality, that she had actually watched the video, and that Selena looked beautiful. Not just beautiful, she called her one of the most stunning women she'd ever seen. Then she said something that stuck. The negativity people throw out online always comes back to them eventually. That moment shifted the conversation, even if only briefly, because it highlighted how rare compassion has become in online spaces, especially when it comes from someone with nothing to gain. And it opened the door to a much bigger issue. Women in the public eye are trapped in a no-win situation. Age naturally and you're criticized. Try to slow it down and you're mocked. Add a health condition into that equation, and the cruelty becomes even more absurd. For many people watching this unfold, the backlash hit differently, because at some point, everyone experiences changes in their body. Illness, stress, aging, it all leaves marks. Seeing someone attacked so viciously for something beyond their control forces a hard realization. This could happen to anyone. And while Selena was being torn apart, something very different was happening elsewhere in the same celebrity universe. Hailey Bieber was suddenly being praised in a way the internet hadn't done in a long time. For years, she's been a lightning rod for criticism, comparisons, and blame that often had nothing to do with her. But this moment felt different. It felt earned. She recently appeared on a podcast where the conversation took an unexpectedly thoughtful turn. At one point, the host brought up a comment Hailey has heard more times than she can count, people trying to insult her by saying she looks like a transgender woman. The implication behind the remark was obvious. It was meant to diminish her, to embarrass her, to land as a cheap shot disguised as a joke. But instead of reacting defensively or brushing it off awkwardly, Hailey paused and flipped the entire narrative. She calmly asked a simple question: why would that even be considered an insult? That single response stopped people in their tracks. Hailey explained that some of the most beautiful people in the world are trans, both men and women, and that she doesn't see being compared to them as something negative at all. There was no rehearsed speech, no forced activism, just a quiet, confident statement that carried more weight than any viral slogan ever could. The internet wasn't ready for that. Clips from the podcast spread fast, but this time, the tone was completely different. Instead of mockery or nitpicking, the comments were filled with praise. People called her mature, emotionally intelligent, self-aware. Many admitted that the moment genuinely changed how they viewed her as a person. What made it resonate even more was the timing. LGBTQ rights are under constant debate and pressure, with real-world consequences playing out in legislation and public discourse. In that climate, Hailey's response didn't feel performative or trendy. It felt human. And that authenticity is something the internet can usually sense right away. For once, the praise stuck. But of course, the internet never stays quiet for long. Not long after that moment, another clip went viral, this time from a concert. Justin Bieber was seen hugging both Hailey and Kendall Jenner. Immediately, the speculation machine kicked into overdrive. Old rumors resurfaced. Headlines from years ago were dragged back into the spotlight. Suddenly, everyone became a body language expert. Some people found the hug awkward, questioning why Justin would be so physically affectionate with someone he was once linked to, especially with his wife standing right there. Others dissected facial expressions, pauses, and positioning, trying to read tension into a few seconds of footage. But there was another side to the conversation. Plenty of people defended the moment, pointing out that Kendall and Hailey have been close friends for years. They argued that a friendly hug at a concert doesn't automatically signal drama, and that the real issue was how desperately people wanted there to be a problem. To them, the speculation said more about the audience than the people in the clip. As usual, two camps formed. One insisting boundaries were crossed, the other saying trust looks different for everyone, and projecting insecurity onto strangers helps no one. And that's when the contrast between Hailey and Selena became impossible to ignore. One woman being dissected for her appearance while managing a serious illness. Another being praised for grace, maturity, and composure. Both under constant surveillance. Both judged relentlessly, just in completely different ways. What's wild is how fast public opinion flips. Not long ago, Hailey was constantly compared to Selena and accused of stealing Justin. Now she's being celebrated. Meanwhile, Selena, admired for years, is suddenly facing some of the harshest criticism of her entire career. And that whiplash says everything about how unforgiving, unpredictable, and exhausting life in the public eye really is. Neither deserves the extremes, because at the end of the day, fame doesn't protect anyone from pain. It amplifies it. Every flaw, every bad angle, every off day becomes public property. And maybe that's the real issue here. Not their choices, not their looks, but how quick we are to judge and how slow we are to empathize. Selena and Hailey are moving through the same celebrity world, but their experiences show two sides of the same machine. One that builds people up just to tear them down again. One that rewards perfection, but punishes humanity. And one that rarely pauses long enough to remember that behind the headlines are real people dealing with real pressure. Maybe the problem isn't how they look, how they react, or who they're standing next to. Maybe the problem is how quickly we decide who deserves grace and who doesn't. If you want more real conversations like this, breaking down pop culture moments without the noise or cruelty, make sure you're subscribed. New videos are coming, and you won't want to miss what we talk about next.